this one. Okay. Can you guys see? Wait, okay, here. Okay, so I'll start with bloodstain analysis. What we're gonna do today is I'm gonna start with bloodstain analysis, and then after that, firearms, and then if we have time, well, I think we probably will because I did shorten firearms a little bit. If we have time, we'll go over the homework that we did today. Okay, so let's start. So an overall, what is a bloodstain? Well, a bloodstain are these patterns caused by blood. Like over here, this is an arterial spurt, which comes from when you kind of puncture an artery, and when your heart beats, it kind of produces pressure, so your blood sprays onto something, creating this kind of blood stain. And these are really important in forensics because you can tell what happened, like if there was a gunshot or something like that, you can tell that by analyzing it. Okay, so then we're gonna move on to, yeah, I know, ew. I just don't think too deep about it, and I think that will be okay. So there's 3 types of spatters. There's low velocity, medium velocity, and high velocity. So the low velocity is the largest, so 4 to 8 millimeters in size. These are nosebleeds, small cuts, etc. You can think if you accidentally cut your thumb and then blood drips down, that would be probably be a low velocity. And then medium velocity is medium drops of blood. These are from beatings and stabbings. They're about 1 to 4 millimeters in size, slightly smaller than low velocity, but not as small as high velocity. And that, yeah, sneezing blood. And then high velocity, these are really small drops. So you guys know the aerosol hairspray. Do you know what I'm talking about? Or disinfectant? Yeah. So imagine you have some, I'm gonna say red food coloring, not blood, just because blood is a little bit, you have a whole can of it, it's slightly odd. But say red water, and you spray it once, that would be more of a high velocity. And these are from gunshots, bombing, explosions. They're really tiny, they're less than 1 millimeter. So these are kind of weird. They go back, they're kind of backwards. So one second, okay, here. Say, okay, I did not think, okay. Yeah, so here. So this is low velocity, medium velocity, and high velocity. And then it kind of just gets larger that way. 1 second. Yeah, pretend there's an arrow there. Okay. Yeah, so where the arrow points, it just gets larger and larger. Okay, next slide. So I've got some quick practice problems. Just type them in chat. I'll just read them out loud. For number 1, give 2 examples of what could have caused of high velocity blood spatter. 2, what velocity, low, medium, or high, just choose from those 3, is this spatter, and it's this picture right here. And then for number 3, what velocity, low, medium, or high, again, is this spatter. Yeah, I think Lokesh, I don't know if that's correct or not. Sorry if it's not, but yeah, that's a really good example. Anybody else? Yeah, you guys are all correct, except for 1, spraying blood. I don't think that would actually happen. If you're talking about spraying in a spray can, that was just an example to imagine it. I hope nobody has gotten blood in a can and sprayed it. Just hope. But I mean, maybe, I mean, that's completely correct, although I would prefer, like, it's a little bit kind of far-fetched. Oh, if you guys are, I'll give you guys like 2 more minutes until 4:40. Well, actually, doesn't seem like anybody else is typing in chat, so let's move on. Okay, so now we have the types of bloodstains. So this is different from blood spatters. Spatters are like the low, medium, high. These are types of blood stains. So first one is passive, and these are stains that are caused by gravity. You see, these are like low velocity. Cuts, drops, pools, These are, when I just think of it, just think gravity, big circular drops. And then transfer stains are handprints. And when you think it transfers from one thing to the other, that's why it's called transfer. So bloody handprints, smears, bloody footprints, etc. And then projected and impact, these are when blood is projected or like flies through the air. And I'm gonna get more into that because there's there's like different categories in projected or impact stains. Okay, so this first, well, there's arterial spray, sorry, cannot speak today, but expirated spatter and cast off. So, well, there's two more. Oh, I think two more. Yeah, there's one more. There was like two categories in that. But yeah, so this is the one that I talked about on the like the second slide, where an artery is ruptured, blood is propelled out of the body, and that I did not mean to do that. And it goes across the wall. And as you can see, this is kind of similar to the other one where it's like a big drop of blood and then it kind of trails down. And every time the heart beats, it creates a new pattern. Next is expirated spatter, where these are caused by interior bleeding, where the blood mixes with air, and this is projected from the nose or the mouth, and they're usually a fine mist with air bubbles. I had a much better picture, but it was very graphic. Do you guys want to see it? I can show you if you want. Yes? No? Okay. I'm going to just stop. Okay, I'm gonna exit out of this, and then I'm gonna like. 1 second. I need to work really. Okay. Stop presenting. Okay, here. Copy image and here. It's a better picture. I was gonna put this at first, but then I was like, maybe it's a little bit too graphic. I don't want to make any of you guys like throw up or something like that. So yeah, as you can see, there's like the little air bubbles. If you look really closely, there's little bubbles in the blood, and that would be an expirated spatter. And then there's cast off. So this is when there's something. Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna explain cast off really quickly so we can switch slides. When something has wet blood on it and it's swung. So I kind of like to think the pattern would be similar to if you take like a really thick rope and dip it in water and then swing it across the room. The pattern that the water would make would be the same as the cast off. So something like that. Okay, so for those of you saying ew, yes, like we're onto a different slide, so I think it's a little bit better. So these are gunshot spatters, and these include forward spatter and back spatter. So back spatter, I kind of like to think backwards, back towards where the gun was. So yeah, the source of spatter. What do you mean? Okay. Arnav, like, if you want, I'm pretty sure you guys have the folder, so you can go back, and if you want to see it, just like go. You guys have the folder, right? The forensics folder? If you guys don't, I can give it again, but I think at last class I gave it out. Do you guys need it? Yes? No? Okay, good. Okay. So, Okay, then you can just go back. It's in week 2. Okay, yeah, okay, I will give it out at the end of class. So back spatter goes towards the source of the spatter. So these are a little bit, the drops are a little bit bigger, and then forward spatter is blood that goes in the same direction as the bullet. So these are kind of like a fine mist, while these have a couple larger drops. Again, I couldn't really find a good picture of it, but I have this, which should make it a little bit more, like less confusing. So here, say there's the gun, and the bullet goes over here, right? This is where it's supposed to go, and it's gonna go through here, and so once it goes out, there's like more blood, and then some of the blood goes back towards the gun. So this over here is back spatter, and this back here is forward spatter. There was a point in time where I got these two confused, and I thought this was forward spatter and this was back spatter. Don't be like me. Just I know it can be a little bit confusing, but yeah, it was kind of hard to explain without a picture. Okay, now we have some more practice problems. So given an example of what a passive stain could be caused by, and number 2, explain what a back spatter and forward spatter are. I will give y'all until 4:50 or until chat stops going. And if you need me to, I can go back in the presentation if you need a little bit of like a reminder. Okay, so do you want me to go back to the slide where I explain number 1 or number 2? Oh, okay, again. Okay, 1? Okay, then I'll go and re-explain this. This is 2, and then, okay, right here. Yes, so a passive stain, right here, these are stains caused by gravity on injuries and cuts. So I'm just going to give y'all 2 examples, and then you guys can think of 2 other ones based on what I would say. So like a nosebleed, where the blood drops from your nose, and like say you're looking down, and then like a nosebleed. Yeah, a paper cut. That's really good. Or if you get like like a cut drops 1 blood, or I don't know if you guys are like me, but if you really like to scratch your mosquito bites. I hate them so much, and I scratch them a lot, so sometimes it gets past the skin and the blood drops. Yeah, exactly. That would also be like a passive stain. And then to number 2, actually, I'm just gonna explain it here. So again, forward spatter over here where the gun goes out, like where the gun shoots the bullet and the blood comes out here, and then back spatter is over here where it goes back to the gun or the person. Yeah, correct. I'm gonna give you guys 3 minutes. So 1, just think of a different example that I haven't said that I didn't use, and then 2, explain it in your own words. Um, that's correct. The first one? What do you mean by the first one? Okay, so it is 450. Oh, yeah, the first, let me check. I think it was correct. If it's the one that you sent at 4:48, that's correct. Yeah, that, and yeah, okay, so you guys, everybody who answered was correct. Since it's 4:50, I'm going to go and everybody was correct. If you didn't answer, if you didn't know it or didn't answer, so one, I'm just gonna use Elaine's as an just gonna explain hers if you don't understand it. So a passive stain, that could be a big cut that drops, like where the blood drops down, and backspatter is backspatter that goes towards like your source of energy, in this case the gun, and forward spatter is what goes in the same direction as the bullet. Okay, so this is like an extra fact. If you were okay, if anybody was here, like, okay, for the people who were here last week on Thursday, um, can somebody put in chat what latent means? Or you could just put the definition of a latent fingerprint, um, or you can just say what like latent is in general. Although I think I said it in terms of fingerprints, so I think, yeah, just say what a latent fingerprint is. Yeah, Carol, so that's correct. So some bloodstains can also be latent, so they can't be seen by the naked eye. So when this happens, they use a chemical indicator called luminol, and this is used to detect the bloodstains. This is a picture, and what the luminol does is it reacts with the hemoglobin. Do you guys know what hemoglobin is? Okay, so okay, what you guys know what the respiratory system is though, right? Or like the respiratory, circulatory, both. Okay, good. So what the hemoglobin does is when you breathe in air, that oxygen needs to be carried around your body, right? So there's a protein in the blood called hemoglobin, and it attaches to the oxygen, and it brings it around your blood. It brings it where it needs to, and then it goes back. So the hemoglobin is in all of your is always in blood, and this stuff also has iron in it. So quick fact, that's why your blood is red. The luminol reacts with the hemoglobin and it glows in the dark. So over here you can see where like there's this blue, okay, like this light turquoise, teal, bluish, aqua. Um, so it reacts with that to light up. And if you guys want to, a quick way to remember this, luminol, luminescent, those two that kind of tie together. Okay, now we have part 2. This is firearm analysis. Okay, so a quick intro to analyzing firearms. You usually look at the marks on the bullet. So as you can see in this picture right here, there are these little marks right here, or on its side, it's right here. And these marks can match the gun it was shot by. So now I'm going to talk about parts of the bullet and how the gun actually works, or how it shoots out the bullet. So when the trigger is pulled, it makes something called the firing pin strike the primer. So what the primer is, it's like this thing right here. Well, it strikes it, the primer explodes, and that causes a spark. That reacts with the gunpowder. Right here it just says powder, but this is gunpowder, and it ignites the powder to cause the bolt to shoot, and basically it like propels it. And then out here is the casing, which is just kind of falls through, and when it kind of just falls off. So the bullet will go through the, what is it called again? Okay, yeah, the barrel. Yeah, the barrel has like these little grooves in it, and it kind of makes these marks in the bullet. So when I talked about the marks, I was talking about rifling. So this rifling is the grooves on the inside of the barrel in a gun. And when the bullet goes through the barrel, the grooves kind of make some marks on the bullet. And this way you can track the bullet back to the gun barrel. So what you can't do is you can't go and track the bullet to a specific gun. You can go track it to like a type of gun, but not very specific. Say like, I don't know any like very specific types of guns except for like AK-47, but say like you can't go and track it to. Do you guys know how a gun has a serial number? Okay. Well, I think it's called a serial number. I mean, I might be wrong, but I think it is. So what the serial number is, I'm pretty sure you guys all have one. Basically, it's just a number that identifies you. Um, yeah, so everybody has one. What the serial number is it's kind of like a code that identifies people. And like when you're born, you also get one. So I don't know mine, but my parents probably do. This kind of like it like every kind of maybe like crime stuff you do, it tracks you back to the yeah. hmm Yeah, that kind of like yeah, the barcode. And so the guns also have these serial numbers, and you can by looking up the serial number, you can see who bought the gun, and all this information about it. And what like I wish we could do this, but we can't. Um, basically, you can't go and find the bullet and track it straight to the serial number of on the gun. That's kind of sad. It would probably make everybody's life a little bit easier if you could, but you know, you can't. But you can like say what this bullet was from a rifle, or this bullet was from a pistol, or something like that. Okay, so if you guys couldn't really imagine a if you guys couldn't really imagine the rifling on the inside, this is what it looks like. The shotguns are smooth, um, and then like handguns and rifles are have this little rifling, and it just helps if you guys want to know. But like the main reason for that it has the rifling is to kind of like it makes the shot like better. It makes it more precise and stuff. So over here, you can see it right here, and this is shotgun. It's smooth, and if you want a better angle, right here, there's these little things. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna go again with practice problems. I'm gonna give y'all again 5 minutes. If you need me to scroll it back, I can scroll back. Just tell me which number. Oh, and number 1 is what is rifling, and number 2 is what makes the bullet shoot. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna wait until to explain this. Also, if you don't know it, just like say don't know in the chat. Um, if you guys could for number two, be a little bit more specific. This, like, if you just said trigger, be a little bit more trigger or like a button, just a little bit more specific. And I'm gonna explain them at 5:03. So you guys have until 5:03 to answer. Although I think most of you have. Okay, it's 5:03. It's been 5 minutes. I think everybody answered, but then again, I wasn't comparing it to the participants, so if you didn't answer, that's fine. Although just next time, if you didn't answer, just put it, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So for number one, rifling, those are the little grooves on the bullet or in the barrel, and it makes those little the marks. Okay, rifle like this, and over here, wrong slide. Okay, like this. And two, what makes the bullet shoot? A lot of you guys said a button on the gun or a trigger. And yes, that is correct. I did want you guys to be a little bit more specific, but that's okay. I didn't write it. I didn't write to be specific on it, so that's my fault. So basically, the firing pin presses against the primer, which explodes, that ignites the gunpowder, and that propels the bullet out of the barrel. Okay, so I think we have enough time to going over homework. For the people who weren't here last week, I will give you guys the code the link to the folder right now, and then you guys can kind of go along. Wait, actually, how many people? Okay, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. If you weren't here last week, or you didn't do the homework, write a number 1 in chat. Wait, Carol, I think you sent it to me. If you guys didn't do the homework, like did not. Yeah, no, it's fine. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that everybody? Okay, so 5 people didn't do it. Then yeah, I'm just okay. Yeah, that's completely fine. If you weren't here, you guys can watch the recording. It's on the Kid Teach Kid website. Somewhere on it. I know it's on there, but I don't know exactly. I can't like give you straight directions, but I think it's pretty easy to find. So then I'm going to give you guys all the the link to the 1 second. Okay. I'm gonna copy the link, so you guys could open up this, and I'm probably just gonna give you guys 1 minute. If you did it, look over your answers. If you didn't, try and do as many as you can. Don't write in the don't write in the actual homework. It's in week 1. Don't write in it. Maybe like make a mental note of what you think. I'm gonna give everybody 1 minute. Okay, it's like been around 1 minute. If you guys have seen it, we're gonna go over these questions. If you don't know anything about it, that is completely fine. I'm going to explain each question here. Okay, so the first question was identify each fingerprint, and this was ABC. Oh, 1 second. A, B, C, D, E. There's the two questions are on the other side, on the other slide. So for A, this is a central pocket loop or central pocket whorl. Wait, did I say central pocket whorl? Oh, wait, no. Yeah. I am sorry. I am confusing myself right now. But yeah, this is a central pocket whorl. I explained how it looks kind of like a magnifying glass, maybe a little bit like a peacock feather, where you have like the top right here. It's kind of like this is a little bit like of a whorl, and then right here it goes down and looks more like a loop. And if you want to tell between if it's a loop or a central pocket or whorl, you can see that the very center of this, it's one short line, and then it kind of like everything goes around it and it goes down. And then for this one, it's like one long line, and this is a short line. So this was a central pocket whorl. B was a loop, as you can see, again, one long line. And then C was accidental because it doesn't really look like anything. So yeah, these are the answers: central pocket loop, central pocket whorl. They're called like different things. I call it either central pocket whorl, central pocket loop. It doesn't really matter. B was a loop, and C is an accidental whorl. Okay, this is identify each fingerprint continued. So this is a tented arch. I know it looks a little bit like a loop, and if you don't really focus on it, then it does look kind of like a loop with a delta right here, but it's a tented arch because like most of the ridges go up and down like that in kind of like a mountain form. If you want to compare it to a loop, again, this one and this one. And then this one is a plain whirl because it has concentric circles. And you know what? Bonus question. Um, okay. Where's draw? Okay. What is this called? The thing I circled. If you don't know, put IDK. Or I don't know. Or question mark. Just like if you guys don't know, put any kind of thing. Yeah, Carol, that's correct. This is a delta because it looks kind of like a triangle. Okay. Yeah. Then now we're gonna move on to number 2, and this one I probably should have made this a bonus because I I only said it like once. Okay. So this 1,8 diazofluoronine-1 is also DFO. It's the same thing. This that was just the one that I put in the presentation was DFO, and then this I just put out the full name, although I should have made this one a bonus. I said it really briefly, so I didn't expect any of you guys to know. So these are latent fingerprints because this reacts with the oils and stuff that is left by a latent fingerprint. So 1 second. What? Okay. Yeah. So these are latent fingerprints. And then number 3, explain an arch's identifying factors. You know what? You guys do this. Put this in chat. What you guys think? Wait, actually, no, that's a bit mean. Yeah, no, don't put it in chat because I realized like some of you guys weren't there yesterday. Oh no, weren't there last week. I don't want to make you guys put pressure because I didn't tell you guys about this, but an arch where I explained how this one has like these mountain ridges. This is a tented arch where it has the delta right here. So one of the identifying factors that I like to look for every time is if it goes across the whole thing. And it just like, because an arch, it goes kind of horizontal, not really, but I like to think of it as it spans across the whole fingerprint, while a loop only goes like that. So yeah, that's another way to identify whether it's an arch or a loop. Other than that, I wouldn't say that there's very many. Yeah, exactly. Carol, that's really good. I mean, I couldn't have said it better. Yeah, hill-like properties. Oh yeah, there's mountain, hill shape. So, and this is the last question. Name 3 substances that you could find a plastic fingerprint in. So these would be kind of like a moldable fingerprint. Also, if this doesn't make any sense to you, you guys can just go back into the presentation, like watch the recording, and then go back into the presentation. So 3 substances that you could find a plastic fingerprint in would be anything moldable. So in this case, I put wax, clay, and putty because you can always like mold them, right? Yeah, and so thank you guys for coming. I do have like 2 minutes left. So I want to say for week 2, the homework should already be in there. It's 9 questions, one bonus. One of them is a bonus. I'll fix that and I'll put it in there. And if you guys have any questions about the homework, email me. Okay, here. I'm gonna put my email in the chat, and then later on I'll put it on the last slide of the 1 second, of the presentation. Yeah, so that's my email. If you have any questions, email me. And then okay, also guys, please do the homework. Only 2 people sent me the homework back last week on a side drink. Like only 2 people sent it back last week, and to those people, you guys know who you are. Thank you. And so at the end, after you send it to me, I'll make corrections, and I'll be as quick as I can. And then what else is there to say? Yeah, so these two are also in the presentation, are also in the folder. The presentation. So if you want to look back, it's in the folder, and the yeah. One second. I was gonna say something. I was about to say something. Yeah, you guys can leave. Yeah, it's 5:15. If you guys have something, you can leave. Once I'm gonna stop sharing. Oh, wait, yeah. I was gonna say this. If you guys can, maybe like about an hour before you go to, you guys start class, you can look through the presentation. Okay, do you guys have any questions? If not, you guys can leave. Okay, bye guys. Okay, you guys can leave. I'm just gonna wait until everybody else leaves. Oh, no problem. I hope to see you guys next week. Bye.